Well, your house is your biggest purchase, and it's a big shelter with a lot of rooms. For most people, they own a house with at least two bedrooms, usually three, at least one bathroom, usually two. And this doesn't include basement, attic, um, dining rooms, etc. But in my experience in life and owning a home and in being in many homes and seeing many different people of different lifestyles, it still comes down to the simple fact that most people only use three rooms in a house. The number one room that people use is a kitchen. The number two room a person uses is the bathroom. And the number three room a person uses is the bedroom. Eat, go to the bathroom, and go to sleep. Those are the three functionary rooms in a house. And there's no coincidence why those are the three biggest rooms to get renovated. First, it's the kitchen, then it's the bathroom, and then it's the bedroom. That's my experience from owning a house and renovating that and renovating other people's houses. So it's an interesting dynamic. Good to see people on the live chat. Andre, Javier, good to see you. When you come in, please click the thumbs up. Thank you for showing up. I try to show up every day. And, you buy a house, and one of the first things that happen is usually you have to justify eating home more. Because you bought this big house, 1,000 square foot, but really probably closer. The average house, I think, right now in America is around 2,000 square foot. The average house in America right now costs almost $400,000. So you buy this house, almost $500,000. Are you going to be eating out every day? No, you have to justify cooking home more. But I did the math. Even if you bought a bag of mixed vegetables, some type of meat or tofu or fish, and you had some type of chips, and you have something to drink, and you think about what you pay to refrigerate this, you have to have silverware, then you got to have plates, then you got to have pots and pans, then you got to use gas. If you calculate all the money you spend in buying the food you cook at home, preparing it, the utilities that you use, storing it, the refrigerator, which is a capital improvement, and if you own a house, you will have to replace a refrigerator. I did. Bottom line, guys, it really is not that cheap to eat home. Okay, especially if you do a kitchen renovation, which can cost anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000. So you think about how many meals at Whole Foods you have to justify a kitchen renovation. And by the time you're done with that kitchen renovation, the last thing you want to do is haul groceries to that kitchen, then cook. Because I did some cooking, guys, when I owned a house. And I can tell you it's a pain in the ass. Now, it can be fun, it could, but it's a pain in the ass. It's a lot of work. Okay. And, it's very hard for me at this season of my life because I realize, good to see you, Yvette. Thank you for being a member. Thank you for your love. I appreciate you. AR6, I appreciate you coming back in. Show me a lot about you. Woloski, good to see you. Aaliyah, good to see you. We're going to get to all these live comments. Kelly, everyone, again, I appreciate when you come in, please click the thumbs up. I thank everyone. I think about my next step. I just spent $1,000 to get my brakes and my tires changed. And, I don't know how long I'll keep this car. It has almost 250,000 miles. And, once you get over 5 years old, this car is 6 years old. Once you get over 100,000, but definitely over 200,000 miles, you're going to spend a couple grand a year, on miscellaneous repairs, especially if you drive it as much as I do and I live out of it. So I get to a point where, man, how much money do I want to keep throwing in this car? And all I'm doing is pretty much buying time because I really don't want to buy anything more than $5,000 is a big purchase. I don't want to buy a new car, a RV, or a house yet until I figure out what direction. So when in doubt, I focus on my daily routine and I try to reflect on what I'm sharing with you now. I say, all right, when I'm going on my daily walk. So always focus on your daily routine, whether you have a house or don't. Why? Your daily routine's your life. And I think about what would I have done differently if I had a house today? The main value for me, guys, is only to have a place to park at night. That's really it. Will I even use the 3 rooms that most people only use? Will I use the kitchen? Will I use the bathroom? Will I use the bedroom? I'll only use one of those 3 rooms. The kitchen, I don't want to cook at home. I still want to eat out. And I'll budget for whatever house I buy for that. I don't want to use running water. I hate leaks. I hate cleaning showers. Showers are a pain in the ass to clean. So I'm really only going to use the bedroom. And I really do enjoy sleeping in my car, So, I think about I'll just buy a lot and sleep in my car. It's crazy. So there's only 3 rooms people use, guys. Kitchen, bathroom, and bedroom. If you got a family, we know there's an exception, guys. If you have a family, people who have a family, they buy a house. It's very rare you see a single person with no pets, no kids, who buys a house. Unless they're young and they're going to maybe start a family, which I did. I didn't start a family, but I kind of was young, and I'm glad I bought a house. I'm glad I went out on my own. It's very important, if you're not seriously disabled, to get out of your parents' house in your early to mid-20s. Because if you're still in your parents' house in your 30s and 40s, you ain't never getting out until they die. And, then your inheritance is going to go through probate. And then, you'll figure it out because you're not a dummy. Okay? A lot of people act like they're dummies. You ain't dummy. You'll figure it out. You'll probably actually do better. You're probably doing worse because you ain't putting demand on your life, But let's go back to the topic. So I think about, man, I had a house, again, when you're entertaining and when you're young, it's one thing. But now as a middle-aged man, I really don't like to have people over. I'm not an entertainer. I'm not social. I'm not like this, isolationist. I don't think that's healthy. And I'm not a full-blown introvert. I'm very good with people, but I like to spend 90% of my time by myself. So my house is not going to be to entertain people. Some people, they're very social, and their house is a mechanism to entertain. And therefore, they may need more rooms, basement, outdoor space, etc. I don't want to do any outdoor work. No. But let's stay positive. So I said to myself, man, how many rooms am I going to use? 1 room? I'm going to use the bedroom. Ceiling fan, cross ventilation, and air conditioning in the hot summers of Florida. You say, well, you could be a nomad and travel up north. I don't want to travel up north to the fall and only to see my mom. It gets hot up north, guys. I've lived up north in the summer. Okay? And I'm telling you, it gets hot in July and August, and it's very crowded. Okay? And I want to be by the beach, and it's crowded by the beach up north. So it's just what it is. So I don't know if I want to spend 80 grand on a van, on a Class B motorhome. I like the Class B motorhome. I like the nomadic life. I don't like that asset allocation, and I don't like that I still then have to go to a place to park. And then if I really get to a point where I could probably eat this one mistake, if I made a mistake on a Class B, and my age and my career, I could probably eat one mistake, but it wouldn't be fun. So I'm really trying to be surgical here. Buying the home base, it makes a lot of wise financial sense in some regards, but in practical efficiency regards, I'm really not going to use much of the home base. It's really going to be a parking lot, but it's really going to be a long-term play, and it's really going to add some stability in case I get sick, hurt, or injured. And I'll put some wear and tear down on my car. But this is the debate you have. Now, again, most people are not going to be single with no pets, no kids, so you're not going to have this debate. But you're going to have this debate when your kids get grown and you're an empty nester. Because you ain't going to need that big a house when you're an empty nester. You ain't going to want to maintain it. You don't want to be, guys, a servant to your house. You don't want to be a maid. You don't want to be a chef. Shit. I enjoy taking a shower at Planet Fitness, letting other people clean it. I enjoy going to Whole Foods or Starbucks and having people make my food. Again, I enjoy sleeping in my car. The climate control could be an issue. It's not fun sometimes finding a place to park. But I want to wrap this up, and then we're going to go all live comments. Again, if you haven't already, click that thumbs up. I appreciate it. If you really appreciate this channel, please click that blue join button. Thank you to all my members. Yvette, appreciate you. I think about, man, my next step in life, do I buy a house? And I mean, when I say a house, I'm going to buy an RV lot with an RV on it or a mobile home. I'm not going to buy a single family house. And I really don't want to buy a condo, don't want shared walls. Am I going to buy this RV lot or am I going to buy this motorhome? Or am I going to buy just a regular car and keep doing what I'm doing? Well, I still really prefer to drive a regular car, not a van. I drove a van. I had a 4D 250, low top, didn't like it. Didn't like to drive. Always feels like you're going to lay sheetrock. It never feels like you got your sunroof down because you don't have a sunroof and listening to Sade riding the coast. So I really like the drive of a regular car. Of course, I like the room of a van, of a Class B van. I love all the amenities. I love having everything you own. You could have a trade-off. I don't like $80,000 spent on a vehicle after 7 years. You're going to need a lot of upkeep. But again, depending on how many miles you put on it. I don't like a house that you never make money till you sell it. And you only use 3 rooms and I'll only use 1. I do get an anxiety about being in one fixed area, even though I like one area or a few areas. So you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't have the best of both worlds. You're going to pay the price. But I got through another day without a house, and I did this structured topic tonight. In my experience of owning a home and what I debate when I go on my daily walks, I said, Sam, you're going to spend $200,000 for really a place to park because you're not going to use 3 rooms. And then I said to myself, well, when you get older, you may use them, or if you get sick or hurt. That's true. But 20 years, a lot changes. I'm 41. Do I want to buy something for when I'm 61? And 61, I'll have a different lifestyle. You'll have a different lifestyle. It's just, guys, think about where you were 20 years ago. 20 years ago, I was 22. Now, I just bought a house. Was I using all the rooms? Well, I renovated all the rooms. I used the rooms. I entertained, so I definitely got my use out of it at that season of my life. But as I got older, middle age, and I kind of got out of that phase, and definitely after my dog passed, I said, man, I don't need all these rooms. And that's, again, it's an empty nester syndrome. For someone, even if you're older, you're going to look around your house, and this destroys a lot of marriages, actually, because your kids are grown. You really don't need all those rooms. And you may even be sleeping in a separate room than your husband. Oh, my God, that's crazy shit, man. Now, if it's that point, just get a divorce, unless you need the money. I don't know. But Jack, what's up, brother? Jack's got a house, a Class C motorhome, and a hardworking wife. He goes, so true. We have 4 bedrooms and a rec room. Huh. Don't us too. I want to tell you, I think Jack said he was almost 5,000 square feet. That's crazy. But, look, you enjoy the fruits of your labor, whatever works, But Jack, we'll see. I'm not sure. Jack, how old is your child? Thank you again, Jack, for that gracious tip. Thank you. I know Jack has a dream of, I guess once his kid's grown, he's going to, I don't know if he's going to sell the house. I don't think so. Well, I think he says he's going to sell the house, go on like a 2-year journey in his Class C motorhome, and then buy a home base where in the area he finds he likes to live. Now, what do I think about that? Well, he'll have to figure it out. But in my experience, by the time you hit the road, you're going to be older, which is fine. You only need 2 years full-time on the road to see everything you want. 2 to 5 years, you get tired of the road. But if you have a kid, and especially if you're going to have grandkids, that your wife is always going to want to be close to your grandkid, your child. So you're not going to probably end up buying a house too far away from wherever your child is. But you can buy it at a smaller square footage because you don't need all those rooms. Jack's child is 15. So yeah, you got another 10 years before that child is like, at the age of 25, a child's like picking a direction. Again, if you're 25, try to move out. Even if you fail, you'll learn a lot. Again, if you have a disability, no shame in that. Then do what you need to do. Live with your moms if you have a setback in life. But, again, if you're still in the house at, the age of 35, 45, you're going to be abusive to your parents. Why? Because you're an adult, so you're talking to your parents like you run shit. Your parents, they may not have the fight in them to fight against Putin, but they still feel like, yo, I'm the parent, B. I raised you. This is my shit, okay? And that's the dynamic you can never get away from until you move out. Now, again, there's exceptions, right? And I know sons and daughters are different a little bit, but I could tell you, I want to tell you, in my experience, I'm not talking about anyone I know, but just in my own family, I'll tell you guys, I don't know. Everyone doesn't work for them. I'll say that. But I'm also going to say, I haven't found it too healthy for, because again, even if you got 3 rooms, it depends. It depends on the person. But for me, it's just me. Will my mom ever come live with me? We're going to go to all these live comments. I don't think I think my mom would if she absolutely needed to, but I think my mom would always want to be close to my other siblings, which are in New Jersey. So the odds, if I had to do a statistic analysis, the odds of my mom actually staying in New Jersey are greater, even if she needed to live with someone, because I don't think she would separate from the state she grew up in and knows and the other siblings. So in one sense, the Class B motorhome, you can live anywhere. If I needed to stay up there with my mom or visit her, that's more flexible, right? So there's always that dynamic. But all right, guys and girls, let's go all live comments, and then I'm going to have some salmon and call it night. Andre, great to see you, brother. Javier, great to see you. Kelly, thank you for coming in. Aaliyah, hey, Sam. Wanted to ask your opinion on smoking weed. I smoked weed when I was young. It's going to make you dumb, and it's going to make you lazy. If you're already not working and moved out of your house, if you're thinking about smoking weed, you better have a serious medical issue. And if you have a serious medical issue and you're coming in my chat at 9 o'clock at night and you're typing a coherent comment, basically, your mindset's not in the right place. I feel like I'm addicted. I was addicted when I was younger, to a certain degree. Cigarettes addicted more, but you can get addicted to weed. And wanted to know if you had experience. Yeah, it's basically you're living a childhood life. You got to separate from that and separate from the people doing that. Will you do it? It's very hard. Or addiction on what you did to stop. I wanted to grow up, stopped hanging out, started going to the church, started working more, started to separate from friends. Is that fun? No. Is that the business of your life? Yes. What will you do? That's your choice. I hope you do the right thing, but it's going to be a lot of work. And so most people, guys, they don't want to do the work of their life. Not because they're evil, but because they're scared of change and they're a little lazy. You got to kick yourself in the ass. Because if not, Nas had a whole song about this, second childhood, that you'll be breaking your mom's furniture watching Comic View. Okay? And I can tell you guys, that's an ugly scene. AR6, good to come. I appreciate you coming back, brother. Great to see you. Thank you. Yvette, I love you and I appreciate you. Thank you for being a member. Hope you're doing well. Thank you again, Yvette, for everything. Walaska, hey Sam, hello to you. Thomas, 2 thumbs up, thank you. If you haven't already, guys, please, like Thomas did, click that thumbs up. I got 50 people watching, 26 thumbs up. What does that tell me? Most people are smoking weed in their mom's house and they're too lazy to click the thumbs up. So what do I tell them? I don't tell them shit. Enjoy the free entertainment, you lazy sloth. Kick them out, you fucking parents. Hey, get off this damn free YouTube, you fucking leech. Sophie? Yes, I made it to live. Thank you, Sophie, for your hard work, and I'm praying for you. Please pray for me in my next decision. And thank you for showing up every day with positivity. If you have a lazy sloth child in your house that won't even click that thumbs up, kick them out and throw a fucking roll of toilet paper right in the back of their head. These lazy sloths. Look, they're going to talk to you like you. Okay, they child. Yeah, I wish my fucking adult child would. I said, sit your ass down. Okay? And click that thumbs up or get the fuck out. Okay? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, how you like that? Yeah, they don't like that. That's why I don't come back. Thanks, Nomad, and everyone for showing up. Blessings and peace to all in the chat. Sophie, I love you. Never date someone who goes to Planet Fitness at midnight. Why? It's a disaster. Strippers, homeless, disaster. PTR. Yep, that's right. Take away that thumbs up because you're one of the two. PTR. Stop the crazy shit. Unless you're stealth parking. But if you're stealth parking, keep it moving. Yeah, you know what it is, guys. PTR. I went over the road and lived in my truck. I'm getting ready to go back out. Best of luck to you. PTR, greetings to you. Ice Thesis, what's up, man? Shout out to Baltimore. Baltimore's about to warm up. Get ready for that harbor to be crowded. I did a video from the Baltimore harbor. Good to see Ice Thesis. And I went to, what was that store in the city? That sex store. What was it? I forgot what it was. I think I did a video of it. Murdoch, what's up, brother? Shout out to Canada. Good to see you, brother. How many rooms you got, Murdoch? He got a daughter. Ice Thesis. I went to Wawa today. Wawa's for the win. Holy moly, mother of Jesus! D, $100 super chat for child that's clogging up a toilet bowl. D, you broke the slot machines down in Queens. $100. The best $100 you spent. Damn it, D. I want to thank you with all my heart on behalf of every adult child who's roaming around Planet Fitness at midnight and buying shit they don't need, taking it back to the house, giving their mom a gift when their mom just wants peace. I want to thank you for delivering. I want to just thank you for delivering the captives. D, everyone in this live chat, like that purple member fire, like the fire up for D. I believe D sold a house. I believe in New Hampshire. Okay. And I know you're still healing from the broken leg. Love and respect. I appreciate your comments. D, oh my God, we're on fire now. Party, forgive me for saying his name wrong. Parati Error, $20. Good insight. Damn it, Parati. I want to thank you. Thank Parati Error. Thank D. Thank Jack. Thank everyone. Parati Error. D. Jack. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Show up. I'll tell you right now, guys. As the sweat begins to come out of my pores, I think about it. I got one room. Okay. Most people who are watching me, they're living in a house. A vet came in hot. $10 super chat. Money back up. Money back up. I want to tell you guys, I'm breaking these struts and these shocks. They said I need new shocks. I want to tell you, as I debate, do I get new shocks, a new car, a new house? I just can tell you, I got through another day. And I can tell you guys that all I try to do as I get older is get through the day healthy, positive, and productive. I don't want to get through the day and look at rooms I don't use. Okay. I know that as you get older, you need some more stability. But I know as a middle-aged man, don't wish your life away. I know as a middle-aged man, don't tell your mom which room to clean. I know, okay, as a senior citizen, you want your independence. I want to thank you, Yvette. I want to thank you, Parati Error. I want to thank you, D. I want to thank you, Jack Burris. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Show up. Guys and girls, let's keep it moving. Let's go. Thank you very much. I mean, this is very gracious. If I miss a comment, guys, please type it again. I believe we left off Ice Thesis. He went to Wawa today for a sub. They got good stuff. Wawa for the win on the road, for gas and for food. They got great chicken salads, vegetarian stuff, everything. He goes, and the guy forget it to cut my sub and wrapped it wrong. I was pissed, but just went back inside to get a knife for myself. Yep. What you learn in life, it's better to just take the L if your food isn't prepared right. And if you can salvage it, just salvage it on your own. Cut it the way you like on your own. And if it was cut in half and you don't like it cut in half, don't make a big deal. Why? As you get older, you live a simplified life, so you don't have to let that be the straw that breaks the camel's back. When you renovate a kitchen, you spend $30,000 and you're still waiting on a refrigerator from Afghanistan to get shipped here. And then you go to Wawa and they don't cut your sandwich right. You're ready to go assassin. Me and AR6 was having this conversation. I said, why you call yourself AR6? I love you. Or assassin. And he goes, well, if I'm backed in a corner. Now, I looked up the definition of assassin. It's a murderer who murders for religious or political reasons. And that's why that's a negative name. Okay. But I want to tell you guys, when you just did a renovation of a kitchen, you got 5 rooms you don't use. And if someone at Wawa does not prepare your sandwich right, you become an assassin. For me, guys, I try to keep the peace, guys, because I feel the pressure of wanting to light this world on fire. But I said, this is why I want a simple life, guys. I don't want to light the world on fire. Okay? I thank you very much. Isis, I'm sure plenty of psychopaths would have raged out of their mind. I want to tell you guys, and I'm not even saying that in judgment, because I feel the pressures of life, and I can tell you guys, I see how a motherfucker goes crazy. I'm not justifying it because, guys, if I'm able, we all got to work on keeping our cool. That's what even Tupac said one time he was in court. He said, look, guys, we got to learn how to be in self-control, and that was his downfall. And I want to tell you guys, and girls too, because I see girls go crazy, is that it's not easy. But when you're ready to go nuts, just walk away. Why? Save your life. Okay. Um, Wolaski, I'm not an entertainer and I love to be alone. I'm very selfish with my time. Yeah. Yeah. She's talking about entertainer with regards to like having people over your house to entertain. Unless you're young or you have that personality, I agree. As you get older, actually, to me, I think you're going to want more quiet time by yourself with occasional socialization. And that's why the older communities, the 55 and older communities, they're more quiet. Why? They've been through that phase of life. Now they want peace. Now, of course, there's still some old heads. They like to tear the shit up, but, teach their own. Sophie, $10 strong. Sophie shows up every day with so much love. I'm praying for you, and I appreciate you praying for me. Sophie, you're awesome. I thank you for your consistency. I see you every day, and love and appreciation. Sophie been through a marriage. Okay. And once you go through a marriage and you've been divorced, I often say, I asked a question like hypothetically, should you get remarried? My mom was always very strong saying, Sam, I'm never getting married again. She dated like once or twice when she got in her 50s, but never even close to marriage. My father got remarried again. Now, when my father got remarried again, I think he got stressed out after a while because I think he does better with not a lot of commitment. And I think he even did better when he was renting a studio apartment. But then when he got divorced, my father went to live with his parents. But that didn't last. Why? Adult people should not live with their parents unless it's an emergency. Now, if you get a divorce, it's an emergency. But you ain't going to stay long. Why? Because you're going to want to divorce your parents. They're going to want to divorce you. So he got this little studio apartment. And, he fixed it up a little bit and he liked it. I mean, I thought he did good in it. But he met some girl dancing and he got married again and he basically restarted his life of stress. Now, I think he was still happy in sometimes, but it doesn't take him much to get pissed off. So I want to tell you guys, people like that you need one room. Okay. You need one room. You need a studio apartment. You don't need no damn 3 rooms. I tried to show some destitute people a small little shack. And you know what they said? Oh, I'm not going to live in that. You know what I said? Go fuck. And my mom said, yeah, get the fuck out of mine. Never tell you anything again. Yeah. I want to tell you guys, beggars can't be choosers. Okay? Yeah. So, Sophie, I thank you. Yvette, I thank you. Yvette says, I'm divorced and I won't get married again. You're doing the right thing in the name of Jesus. Don't need the hassle. I want to tell you guys, everyone should do what they want, right? And I'm not over religious anymore. I mean, I'm definitely glad I went on a spiritual journey. And I believe some things in the Bible are divine. I know, whatever scriptures you read, Bible, Quran, Torah, it's all, But I can tell you, there's one part in the Bible where Jesus is asked about marriage. And he's pressed on it. Like Peter and them pressing Jesus. They pressing him. And he says, look, it's better not to marry. But not too many people can handle this statement. And then later on in the scriptures, it basically talks about marriage and divorce. And it goes, yeah, if someone was, if there was adultery, you have justification to get divorced. Certainly abuse. But it basically says, if you get divorced for any of the reasons or your own reason, you really can't get remarried you shouldn't get remarried unless you were the one that got cheated on. Or, there was one of these circumstances that you were not at fault for the divorce. I know a guy right now, I love this guy. He's trying to get married in a church. He didn't get married in first time in a church. And now they make him go through all these hoops because they want to verify that he can through the church's eyes, get married again. Look, I told him straight up, don't get married again, but he wants to get married. So, I'm not going to be mad. I ain't going to the wedding. I love this guy. I'm going to the wedding. So he's got a lot more than 3 rooms, guys. This guy's been, I love this guy. I know he may watch. I love you if you're watching. I love you. But like I know, you got more than 3 rooms. And you already renovated the 3 rooms of your ex. I don't know. I got to stay positive. Let's stay positive. All I want to tell you, I want to bring this back to the topic. All I want to tell you is that I told my mom, I told my mom, thank God you got divorced. Why? Because my mom was saying, look, she doesn't have a lot of discipline. And she goes, Sam, I'm amazed sometimes how much discipline you have. I go, Ma, yeah, I'm blessed in certain ways. I said, but I thank God that you were very gracious when I was growing up, because I wouldn't have want to have lived in a disciplined house. My father was very disciplined. I wouldn't want to live where they count your calories. The time to eat glutton food is when you're young. You don't want parents that only feed you fucking rabbit food. I mean, guys, the time to eat is when you're young, okay? And old. Yeah. I mean, I tell you, I know a great lady. I love her. And she was drinking like coconut juice. I said, look, go to the buffet. Guys, once you get to a certain age in life, you're going to die anyway. I mean, don't become a glutton in your old age, but you got to enjoy your life. And when you're young, you don't want no damn drill sergeant parents. I'd rather be dead. These damn parents had you so they can run a damn boot camp? What's wrong with them? Yeah. And these damn Jehovah's Witnesses don't even celebrate a birthday. And these religious people become too strict. All religions. Yeah. You got to go to church on Sunday. Now, look, I'm glad for that. Or whatever day you go. Saturday is a big debate about that. You got to pray. Look, faith is good, but even that can become a contentious issue. All I can tell any parent I've experienced in being a child, yeah, all I can tell you is don't be too strict. Why? Your daughter's still going to give a blowjob. Yeah, okay. And your son's still going to probably do something a little crazy. And I want to tell you guys, have some structure, but have some grace. Because if you don't bring home some fun food, if you're the type of person, we got to sit down and all eat together. Don't nobody going to fuck with you when you get older. You're like Dame Dash doing Rockefeller. We about to break up, okay? And we ain't going to fuck with you when we got Rock Nation. Why? Because you're too strict, too crazy talk. Okay. That's exactly, how it is. And even Dame Dash watches real shit. Even like his family members, a lot of them don't fuck with him. That's why I keep having babies trying to redo it. All right, let's go back to these live comments. Walaska. Oh, yeah, we're done. Milvano. Spot on, Sam. Wife is preparing Easter dinner. Ooh, my mom was saying how stressful that is. She's thankful she out of that season of her life. I saw all the food and think we should go to a restaurant. It'd be cheaper and less stress, but tradition is a bitch that keeps people in bondage throughout the year, and definitely on holidays. Murdoch. Good evening, Sam. What's up, brother? Hope you had a great day. It was overall. Stressing a little bit about do I want to get a home base, but I'm blessed to be where I'm at. Having a great weekend. Another interesting topic. Thank you. Have a great night. Peace and God bless. Same to you, brother. Thank you. Blue True. Happy Saturday, Sam. Thank you. How about a tiny home? It's an RV without wheels, and you're going to have to park it in the middle of nowhere because that's where you can only put a tiny home in unrestricted land. Most municipalities require at least 1,000 square foot structure, and you have to be hooked up to utilities. So if you want to go in the middle of nowhere and put a tiny house with no wheels, or even if it has wheels, hell no. I'd rather have an RV and be by the beach, or I'd rather just buy a beach house. Why? I don't want to just live cheap, guys. If I'm just trying to live, I like to live cheap. I don't like to waste, but I don't like to try to figure out how can I. One is a tiny home's not cheap. It's at least $50,000. Then you got to buy the land. If you're going to spend $60,000, guys, put that down on a house by the beach, or fuck it, buy a Class B motorhome and get a 1,000 Trails camping pass. Why? I want to tell you, if you think 1,000 Trails camping pass is bad, wait till you go in the middle of nowhere. You're going to get bored as fuck. Or renting a single room in a building. Rent a single room and figure out where you want to live. And then rent a room where you want to live, then build up your bag, and then figure out what the next step is. Good job. Keep doing what you're doing. Well, thank you, Hands. I appreciate that. 8554. I appreciate that. PTR. I am 56 and I live in my pickup truck part-time. Laughing. Well, you're doing you. As long as you're taking care of your responsibilities, ain't nothing wrong with that. Tony, good to see you, brother. I hope you're not strict, Tony. Jack, thank you again, brother. You better not be strict either. I'll beat that ass. I'm just playing. Jack, he's got a 50-year-old kid. Be gracious. Well, let's go. Enjoy Bon appetit. Thank you, Lasco. Yvette, love you too. Appreciate you. I can see you in a mobile home. I actually would prefer an RV, but I would see myself in a mobile home possibly. But a lot of women will come by to check you out. That's true. Already had that almost happen. Laughing. Yeah, no, that's a good point. You like to move around. It's not RV sounds good. Real bed. Yeah. See, if I get the RV lot with, it's going to be anchored down to the, I'm going to get a travel trailer anchored down to the concrete. Because eventually in my 60s, if I own that RV lot, I'll just put a Class B there. But I don't want to buy a Class B, which is almost $100,000, and the RV lot at the same time. It's just too much. So if I buy the RV lot, I'm going to have the travel trailer anchored to the concrete, keep a regular car for at least 5 years and see how I like that. But it's true that, look, when you live in a community, there's going to be a couple that throw the cooch at you. Oh, it's going to happen. And, or, just now you got a crib. It's a different way of life. But I know how to keep to myself. But it's true. It's true. Thank you, Yvette. And D, you blew me out of the water tonight. All I can tell you is I'm very blessed and thankful to have a few, again, the percentage of people that are members are less than 1% of the channel. Same thing with the super chatters, but you guys have been gracious to me. I mean, really support my channel. So all I can tell you is thank you. I mean, I show up, I do the work, and that's the grace of God. I mean, I appreciate you being gracious to me, D. I hope my videos help you in some way, or they have helped you. I know we've shared a lot, and I'm proud of you for, figuring out what works for you. And if you buy something, like I think D bought a house, and you figure out it doesn't work for you, then you sell it. Now, hopefully you make out in a good economy. Now, selling now is the time. Buying now is not the time. And I debate that too. But there's never an exact time. We don't know the future. Thank you, D. My man, Conversations Corner, a.k.a. Suitcase. What's up, brother? Hey, Sam. Been busy lately. You keep doing your thing, brother. I love you. Big changes. Okay. Studying for my Florida Let's Go contracting license. I'll pray for you. Remember, I had to take that test 3 times in New Jersey. I failed 3 times. So if you got to take it 4 times, that's what it takes. Found where I want to be. I'm proud of you, brother. I know you like the West Coast, you like the Tampa area, but you don't have to say on here. Just need to create work now. I appreciate any tips. This is my tip to you, Suitcase. Get a maintenance job in a hospital. In Florida, the biggest industry is healthcare. Healthcare has other than IT, healthcare and IT have great futures. But in Florida, I think you do even better if you become a chief engineer, and you may not get that the first job you take. I would leverage your journeyman electrician experience, which I did. I'm telling you from experience. And I would apply to a maintenance electrician or just a maintenance tech in a hospital. And if you can become a chief engineer eventually, even better. Now, you can look for IT buildings also. Look up companies like John LaSalle, CB Richard Ellis, etc. And become an engineer in one of those buildings. And that's what you should do. Get off the journeyman electrician stuff. Get into one stationary area. And you'll do great, man. You'll be kicking ass. Pray for you, brother. And your journeyman certification will get you that job. The Let's Go license will just maybe get you the chief engineer job eventually, but you got equivalent experience. I often say, guys, on a job application, they ask for a degree and or equivalent experience or both. You got to have that experience. You got it. I remember I worked with a journeyman electrician. He did this. I was still an apprentice. And he was like, man, I applied for this maintenance job. And this is the first time I ever wrote a resume. He goes, I started writing down all the things we do, changing ballast, running pipe, checking transformers, working on switchgear. I started writing down all the things we do. And I was blown away by, because when you work in construction, you're not used to putting on paper your things. But once you start putting that shit on paper, you'll get the job. Just remember, have a positive attitude to interview. And if you fail a couple interviews, that's okay too. I did that. You coming off the field, going into the, kind of stationary corporate life. Yvette, go D, so awesome. It is. Yvette, thank you again. And D, thank you. Blue True, D is a superstar. Blew us out of the water tonight. Tracy, hello, Sam. Agree with you again. Thank you, Tracy. And thank you, Party Error. Very gracious of you also. I don't take that for granted. I don't take any of it for granted. I very much thank you. That's very gracious. Aaliyah. Heard you, D. Yeah, that was nice. PTR, you go, D. Very gracious. And Yvette, again, thank you. I hate to say thank you because I know I love to say thank you, but I hate to keep saying thank you because I know a lot of people say get to the next thing. But I want to have gratitude, guys. This is a gracious thing. People are very gracious. AR6, 4 fires. Thank you for coming back in tonight. I appreciate that. Murdoch, live in a 4-bedroom house, but pretty much use only one room. Live with 3 other people in each of the rooms. Shingles blew off the roof yesterday. Gotta fix it tomorrow. 10, 12, not my favorite. Well, Murdoch, we pray for you, brother. You're a good man. You have a positive attitude. Be safe using these. Be careful with those extension ladders, brother. Hire someone if you can. Tracy, that chat's on fire. We killed it. We've been on here for 40 minutes, guys. I didn't even want to show up. But show up consistently. Why? 1 is you never know. 2 is if you don't show up, you do know. You ain't going to get shit. And I'm not just talking about super chats. I'm talking about your life. For every job, your side job, your main job, you know if you don't show up, you ain't getting shit. You know if you show up, someone else may not show up, you may move up. And if you do that enough throughout your career, shit, you ain't got, I'll tell you, just keep showing up. Aaliyah laughing. Yeah, the chat got money. I want to tell you guys, I thank God. Because you go to I go live every night. I make a video every day. I try to provide great value. When I go live on a Tuesday, it's like a strip club on a Tuesday. It's a little dry. Okay. But I show up with the same intensity on Tuesday, Monday. You say, damn, I've never been to such a strip club popping on a Monday. I said, well, this Inspirational Nomad channel. But I want to tell you guys, on a holiday weekend, the strip club the same way. It's a little dry. But I didn't come on here tonight bitching and moaning that, it's a holiday weekend, strip club dry. I just did my thing. Okay? I put on a thong song. I got my high heel on. Not literally, guys. I'm not gay. I got my high heels on. And I stripped down the message. And before you know, it's popping in here like a Friday night. Okay? And that's why you got to do it, guys. Murdoch, thank you again for the fire. Velasco, fire money bag. Yes. Fire and more money. I love that. Doug, thumbs up to D. Purple, fire member only. Shout out to the Pacific Northwest. Sophie, the most consistent and positive, very positive and consistent member. Thank you. Yvette, I'm divorced. Oh, yeah. I'm divorced and I won't get married again. Don't need the hassle. Yeah, I shared on that. My mom said the same thing, and I agree with you. Now, I know some people, they married a couple times more. No disrespect to them. I always wonder, like, guys, who's watching me? And I don't want to have people I know who watch me. They're adults. They live in with their parents, or they get married 3-4 times. I love you. Guys, I love everyone. I'm just sharing my thing here. Don't get mad at me. I feel like I lose a lot of friends when I come on here. But, guys, I mean, that's the thing. I love everyone, but I'm just sharing. Jose, I got a philosophical question. All right. For you, what is your life purpose? To get through the day as healthy, positive, and as productive as possible. That'll keep you busy. Everything else is mind-fucking life. That will keep you delusional. Or to put a question in a morbid way, what is stopping you from killing yourself? Doing stuff. Okay. If life got bad enough, would anyone kill himself? I mean, yeah, possible. Yeah, if a nuclear bomb hit, or if you had some type of debilitating disease that every moment was complete agony, I'm not going to say you wouldn't do it. I'm not, but I'm going to say, look, wake up early, do something with your life, and just try to get through the day. That will solve 90% of the problem for most people. There's always going to be some exceptions, but that's the answer. You're going to look for the answer a lot more times, and it's all going to come back to that. Look, you're here. So if you got to decide, do you want to make your life worse by not doing things? It will get worse. And then maybe you will commit suicide. I was watching a YouTuber I knew. We used to encourage. I think he may have committed suicide. His last video was like almost like a suicide song. But guys, I mean, I know people that have committed suicide. I know people that killed motherfuckers. So to me, guys, I just try to get through the day. Okay. I try to avoid killing myself, killing someone else, and, etc. So I don't know, that's the answer. Okay. Everyone's got to do whatever they got to do. I'm not mad at you. Sophie, I have been applying the principles you have been teaching. Thank you. And I received $100 raise in the name of Elon Musk. Don't forget, he got divorced 3 times. I am not getting married again. Either is he. I think not. I hope not. And I hope you don't have any more kids. I love the solitariness. You put your Tesla on autopilot. Why? A lot of psychopaths, a lot of people who have autism, they look up to Elon Musk because he has a level of autism. Elon Musk, very great guy in society, but I want to tell you this. If you think about what Elon Musk did, he helped create PayPal. I like PayPal, use PayPal, but there's a lot of other ways to do payments, especially now, but let's say he did that. He created Tesla. Well, he didn't create it, he co-founded it. Remember, Tesla is the name of another inventor from years ago. A lot of people don't even know that. But he put the driving force. But what is Tesla? Well, one is Tesla would have went bankrupt without a government subsidy. And what is Tesla now? It makes luxury electrical cars that are not practical for the working person, and they're not even practical to save money on gas. They're an elitist machine. Then what's the other thing he did? He took over NASA. He took over existing infrastructure. He got government contracts. He rebranded NASA as SpaceX, very good slogan. And he put satellites up in the sky. There were already satellites. He put more. He directed some in Ukraine. More free internet. Well, no, Starlink actually costs $100 a month. You probably don't want Starlink. Or you got to sell it as a nomad channel. So, and he gives you this fantasy that maybe one day you'll go to Mars. All right, well, what does Mars look like? Well, think about what Earth looks like. Earth is actually doing good right now. And most people don't want to work in a first world country. So I love all these delusional psychopaths who want to go to Mars. Oh, you want to go to not even a third world country. You want to go to a third world planet? And you want to work your ass off and you ain't going to get shit? Guys, I want to tell you in life, Elon Musk has been divorced 3 times. He's a great engineer, but he's a bad person to tell you about the social, economic issues that face most of common society. Because he is an elitist, divorcist, great engineer that is a great value to society, but he's not God. And if you look at what he actually did, it's didn't really change much for the average person throughout our lifetime. So that's just fact. I just broke it down. Now, again, I thank God for Elon Musk. He helped move it forward. You said inspirational nomad. What did you do? Well, I think helping people get through the day, motivating them, inspiring them, giving them information and giving them something to watch is actually more helpful than a $60,000 Tesla that they're never going to be able to drive. A rocket ship to Mars that they're never going to be able to take, and even if they take it, they ain't going to like it there. Starlink internet they can't afford, and PayPal that they want someone to PayPal them, or they don't like PayPal, or they got Cash App. So guys, I actually think I've done more than Elon Musk. That's my opinion. That could be true. It could be what I feel like. But I love Elon Musk, but I got to say that. Okay. Birch, agreed. I was raised in a toxic religion. By the grace of God, I saw the truth back in 2001. Birch, it's not easy. I thank God for good faith. I learned a lot. I'm thankful, but I understand what you're saying. Thank you for sharing. Hey, showgirls, what's up? Good to see you. Always love seeing you, showgirls. God bless you. PTR, I am debt free and love it. Shout out to you. Rich people take out all the debt they can. They borrow against their stock. If Elon Musk buys Twitter, what is he going to do? He's going to borrow against Tesla stock. But for the average person, you don't want to do that. You want to be debt free, live a simple life, and maximize your potential with your income and try to do something on the side that you love. Colleen, I saw a lot of your comments. I want to stay positive. Let me read what you got to say. My daddy was strict. I could tell from your comments. Naval officer. Made me a good girl forever. I could tell. Still am. Well, you're a little delusional. You gave false information about insurance. You can get full insurance with RVs. And I know you're going back and forth between buying a house and buying an RV, or selling your house and buying an RV. And you left me a comment today like, oh, did you see the video of a 70-mile-per-hour wind destroyed, or a car crashed into an RV and destroyed it? Well, if a car crashes into your RV and destroys it, you have insurance. What happens if your house gets burglarized? What happens if a tornado hits your house? If you don't want to sell your house, don't sell your house. But don't be so negative. That one is you can get full insurance on an RV. Okay. 2 is you can get traveler's insurance. 3 is, look, guys, if a fire, if someone's gonna attack you on the road, do you want to stay in your closet your entire life? Like a naval officer waiting for the nuke? Hey guys, look, You got to live your life. Now, I'm not saying you should live on the road because I think with that mindset, you ain't going to like the road. Because the road is a clogged up toilet bowl where someone ain't even thinking twice about not flushing. Why? It ain't their toilet bowl. So if you thought your ungrateful daughter could clog a toilet bowl, wait till you see the psychopath at the park. They don't give a fuck. Okay? So just remember that. Still, I thank God. Well, all right, let's take positive. I was a little negative. I thank God for him. Okay, I appreciate that. And even that soap he shoved down my mouth. Well, I don't thank God for that, but he was old generation. Fuck him. We would agree to disagree. Yeah. Basically, I would let him. Look, he was just regurgitating what he was taught. But when you have to take care of him or when you go to visit him in the senior citizen home, I would just shove some soap down his mouth. Why? Hey, remember, your kids get old. They can do what the fuck they want. Okay. So I wish a motherfucker would. So that's what I tell you. If you can't have kids and you can't have patience, don't worry about getting taken care of when you're older. You're going in a home. Doug, RV lot, RV trailer, Class B, and the Jeep. Eventually, that's the full comprehensive plan. Right now, I'm probably looking more towards the RV lot first, acquire that, and then keep the regular car. Then when I'm in my 50s, 60s, do the Class B as a traveling option. But we'll see. Thank you, Doug. Space Daddy Cereal, thank you for being a member. We'll catch the replay. Well, thank you, Space Daddy Cereal. Thank you, Doug. Thank you both. Pat Go. She got sweet potato sterling. Din tonight. Pat Go's broadcasting live from a hospice home in the Upper Peninsula. Pat Go, this is what I want you to do tonight with your unvaccinated fingers, because she didn't get a vaccination. I want you to grab the dirtiest soap bar from the shared shower in the hospice hospital, and I want you to take it and shove it down every strict parent's throat while they bleed Medicare dry, these bastards. Show them what a strict hospice care taker can do. Space Daddy, just showing support. Looking forward to you showing up every day. Space Daddy Cereal, I thank you for being a long-time member. Thank you for that support. Damn it, I love you. Pat Go, if you're listening to this right now, you click that thumbs up. I love you. My man Suitcase. No, Sam. The goal is to work for myself, bro. Well, that's very risky. No more jobs, W2. Well, I can tell you because I have my own company. You better have $20,000 to invest in your company. Why? Well, you need insurance, you need bonds. It's going to take 3 years, even if you pass the first time, to get your license. And you're getting older. You're going to need to hire laborers. I don't know, man. You'd make more money as a maintenance tech and then be a maintenance third shift tech and then do side work during the day. That's what I did. And I'm glad I did that. Why? I know a lot of people that quit their job and became electrical contractors, and they went bankrupt like Trump, and they leverage him back up like Trump. So if you want to live that life, I ain't mad at you, but that's, to me, not the life I want to live. But I respect you. I love you. Ernka made it. Well, I appreciate that. We're going to make it. Oh, no. Mecca. Good evening, Mr. Sam. Good evening to you. Mecca. Get out. Work in a few. Just checking in. I appreciate you checking in. Love and respect. Pat Go. I think now I ate too much pineapple. Well, I want you to throw up that pineapple and shove it down the throat of every strict parent in hospice. Why? You do whatever the fuck you want when no one's watching. Veronica, hey, what's up? Doug, finish that race. Guys, we got through another day by the grace of God. D, words of wisdom. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, D, for everything. Pat Go. Third world planet. You know what it is, Pat Go. And I want to tell you, we're going to put all the strict parents on Mars. Okay. And we're going to let them die of no gravity. Vixen, true that. Thank you. Veronica, what are you doing right now is more valuable than Elon's doing. I appreciate that. I ain't going to lie about that. I thank you very much. Thank you. Pat Goes laughing good. Laughter's good for the soul. More valuable than fucking SpaceX. Hey, guys, click that thumbs up if you agree laughing is more valuable than SpaceX. Hey, guys, you want to walk? Hey, let me tell you this. Do you want to watch a rocket launch every 2 months? You see a little fucking, I seen these, I'm not even impressed. I see them. They're fucking this little thing in the air. Oh, that's nice. And then you go back to fucking eating the tacos. Or do you want to watch me every fucking night go live for an hour, change your life, help you not to commit suicide, help you to protect your bag, help you to divorce that nasty motherfucker, help you to not live in more than 3 rooms? Who is more valuable, me or Elon Musk? Guys, I want to tell you, Twitter ain't worth shit, and neither is Elon Musk SpaceX. All right, this channel about to bring that shit. Prince, I've always come to listen to you when life gets me down. Well, we doing it tonight. I appreciate the good thing I showed up. Unlike Elon Musk, well, he does a rocket once every 3 months. How are people going to survive? You give me hope. I appreciate that. That I can make it on my own. Just get through the day as best you can and show up to your job, even if it's at Wawa. You are wise beyond your years. I thank God for the grace and the hard work. I thank you very much for that positive comment. Just get through the day. Wake up early. Don't take naps. Show up. You'll figure it out. Pat Go's laughing good. That's valuable entertainment. Pat Go's got bare feet. I know that. Good job. Pat Go laughing. Yeah, shove that down their throat. Sophie, my fantasy is to live in an RV. Well, Pat Go's fantasy is shove soap down someone's. All right, let's step out. She goes, Sophie, my fantasy is to live in an RV and continue working. I am not saying I know anything about living in an RV. It's just a fantasy. Well, I think it's a good fantasy. It is a good dream to live in an RV. And I actually think it's a good season of life. I could see myself living in an RV forever. I actually would if I bought an RV lot. So I don't debate is living in an RV good. I think it's great because I think the biggest RV they make is about 400 square feet. And I don't even think you need that. A Class B is great. It's all you really need. The main thing is where to park when you get older. But I'm going to die in an RV probably. Okay. Because even if I get a mobile home, it's probably eventually get tear down and put an RV. So, but the thing is, you got to not buy an RV initially when you hit the road. You got to work on your money, work on your habits, and then you got to be strategic. And if you would buy an RV, so you know where you're going to park it and what your pathway off the road looks like, even if it's to live in an RV till you die. Is that renting in an RV park for the rest of your life once you can't travel, or is it to buy an RV lot? Good job, Sophie. Tracy, Hart, laughing, fire, good. Doug, Sam. Elon shows up each night and engages in his audience. Yeah, Sam greater than Elon. Look, I want to thank the Lord for the grace, but I think Elon's overvalued, and so is Tesla stock, in my opinion, but it can still go up. Sophie, I agree. This channel is more valuable than SpaceX. I agree. I've been to SpaceX. I wasn't impressed. All he basically did was tore down the NASA sign and fucking plastered up the SpaceX. I wasn't impressed. Veronica, life is a ass backwards. Well, AZ and Nas had a song, life's a bitch and then you die. The wrong people are rich. Well, I don't want to say that. Look, Elon must work hard. I wouldn't, guys, we saw what it looks like when you make a lazy person rich. We saw the stimulus of 2020, the unemployment benefits of 2020. We saw what every lazy sloth will do. They will spend, and they will not work. And that's not the type of society you want, guys. Inflation out the wazoo. The meek shall inherit the earth. Well, I don't know about that. The lazy sloth will go to hell. That's what the Bible says. And they don't deserve to eat. That's what the Bible says. The diligent shall prosper. That's what the Bible says. Yvette, take care, Sam. I got you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Tony, Sam, you will never die. I damn sure will. And I'll tell you, I got through another day, one day closer to death. You have produced so much content. Well, I appreciate that. And have a positive impact. Well, I hope I help more people than I hurt. Thank you. On so many lives, you're already immortal. Well, I appreciate that. Look, guys, after about 2 to 8 months of my death, I will be only remembered by a few. I remember when Tupac died, guys. It was like tragic. I cried. But 20 years later, I still value Tupac, but yeah, I'm not listening to his music like I was. So, initially, people will cry, people be sad, people check out my replays. But in 20 years, in 40 years, YouTube, the internet will be obsolete. You'll be in the fucking metaverse or you'll be on Mars. I don't know. We still got the Bible around, so maybe I'll be in a scripture somewhere. If the only thing, guys, this is my last will testament, and then I'm going to end this live feed. If I die, when I die, I want to be cremated and I want my ashes thrown in the Atlantic Ocean. I want you to remember the nomads' top 3 commandments. Number 1 is masturbate in a sock. Number 2 is live below your means but up to your potential. Maximize your revenue, decrease your expenses. Number 3, have healthy relationships because that's a major point of stress. And don't be scared to be alone. I got to do some more. Number 4, don't take naps unless you're a senior or my mom. Number 5, don't get high on your own supply. Number 6, don't spend too much money in risky investments or gambling. Number 7, don't just eat raw fruits and vegetables because life's too short to be that disciplined. I did that for 3 years. Number 8, don't be a complete glutton because they ain't going to be able to tie your shoes. You're going to go to the emergency room. I did that. Number 9, you got to at least try to hit it from behind once and do a pearl necklace. Number 10, this all shall come to an end. I thank you, Lord. Click that thumbs up. Everyone tonight, thank you. D, outstanding. Everyone, thank you. I'll see you next video. I'll show up before Elon Musk launch another rocket, I'll tell you that.